All right, Bobby, you're our intro guy.
Today is a special day, and today is a podcast where we talk about that special day. I'm Bobby Parker.
I'm Joey Nickel.
And I'm Dan Venti.
Welcome to Today Is.
All right, that went smoother than the last episode.
It did. Last
What
episode.
happened in the last episode?
Well, so I don't know why, but Bobby is always our intro guy. Like, we have him start the show every episode. Well, actually, technically, I guess I start the show because I say, Bobby, you're our intro guy every time. Yeah. But he always does the intro for us, and I do the outro.
Okay.
Like, that's kind of how we've been doing it ever since maybe the second or third episode. And it took him maybe like 7 episodes to not stumble on it or not like to get it like succinct for some reason. I don't even know why.
It felt too wordy.
Yeah.
And I pared it down. I took suggestions. We just did it a couple different ways, and then this last episode, I just changed the wording a little bit, and I realized it when I did it. I'm like, oh. But it's also something we don't have written out in front of us, where it's just memorized, and I don't memorize lines very well.
And I feel like as a comic, like you're thinking ahead, so when you start stumbling, you panic, and it's like panic on panic, and it compounds so fast. You're like,
and I feel like that would happen every episode for a while. Like that was like. It really did take like half a season to get
that was smooth as hell. I loved it.
I know. That was smooth.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was smooth.
So this, I just mentioned me not knowing lines, and this actually brings up a good little point. I have just been cast as the lead role in a play.
Whoa!
A lead role. So I'm going to have to memorize a whole bunch of lines.
Do you have experience memorizing lines?
No.
Never?
I've done a couple things on stage. Most of it stand up, obviously. Most of it, a lot of it improv. Don't memorize lines.
Yeah.
And I've been in 3 different productions now, but one of the 2 that I needed to memorize lines mostly were very. I didn't have a lot of lines, and I still went off book a lot.
Yeah.
It's what I'm used to.
I feel like if you're comfortable improvising, some people lean way more to that. Yeah, I've been in stuff and I've memorized a lot of lines. Like when I was younger, and thinking about it now, I'm like, I don't think I could do it now. I think, you get older and like your cup fills up and you just can't remember additional things.
Yeah, and so I auditioned. I'm like, this sounds like fun.
So what is this? Where?
It's going to be at Orange Park Community Theater.
Oh, cool.
And it's an old play called Harvey. It was turned into a movie a couple different times, notably Jimmy Stewart.
Do you know the premise?
Yes. So the lead character, me, he's independently wealthy. He goes around town and he drinks with people. He's just a generally nice guy, and his best friend is a 6-foot-tall invisible rabbit that he introduces to people, and they think that he's insane, obviously, because he's got an invisible rabbit.
The original Donnie Darko.
Yes, it's like Donnie Darko without the weird time travel death.
Better
stuff.
Dialogue.
Yeah. And
wait, so you're an actor? Do you audition a lot, or was this like a new thing for you?
I've acted in like commercials and like a couple like short films and things
cool.
like that in the past. I haven't done a lot of stage stuff, and my son is getting into theater. And he's got an amazing singing voice. Everyone in my family is blessed with musical ability except for me. And I'm like, oh, this is a play. I can do a play because I don't have to sing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll try it, and
that's really cool.
Yeah,
That'll be a fun challenge in that.
Yeah, that's the
awesome.
way I'm
This is the first time hearing that you got the lead, though. You did,
Yes. I didn't. I'm technically not supposed to talk about it until the announcements go out, and
that'll be before this episode.
That'll
probably.
be before this episode.
This will air on the 30th, I think.
Yeah,
so you should be okay.
I went to the Alhambra and saw It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh yeah,
and the guy who played the lead in that. I
Another
remember
Jimmy Stewart.
Speaking
of Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, I was so I left thinking, how on earth did he memorize all those lines? It's unbelievable.
Wait, so you're gonna eat? Yeah, you got a lot of lines to memorize.
I do.
Oh boy, this is gonna be rough.
Yeah.
You just got to read it over and over again, right? And
yes,
repetition.
This is gonna be really hard for you.
Yeah.
Do you think
You're probably going to fail.
I'm going to fail so much.
You're going to crumble under the pressure, most likely.
Compliment day is over.
and the thing is, like timing wise, I'm good with myself. Like I can tell a joke. I know where to pause. Most of the humor that this play comes is me reacting to other people. So I'm like, hey, I have to know what they're going to say, and then
that's
it's
true.
like so just memorizing the lines. I'm like, I've got to memorize the people who I'm talking to. What do they say? What's my cue? That's the part that's freaking me out.
You'll get so into it though that the response that's written will feel natural, like in the character.
Yeah. And you'll know. Yeah, once you get into character, then you'll know. This is how I'm supposed to react to
right,
this.
Yeah.
Like, it's not so much about memorizing other people's lines as it is knowing how the character reacts to those lines.
Yep.
Or at least that's for me. When I haven't acted much as an adult, but I did it. I was in theater all through high school and college. I did all kinds of theater productions in high school and college and stuff. And I am also not good at memorizing things. It's just part of why I became a stand-up comic. But
I'm with all that.
I would get good with me though, and much to the dismay of all of my teachers and professors and stuff, is I was really bad at it until like a couple weeks before opening. Like I would not remember the lines, and then all of a sudden it would hit me like a couple weeks before opening, and then I'd be great at it. Like I had it all.
That was like great. Real terror too.
Yes.
When like this show is approaching and you're like,
yes.
I have to say this stuff in front of people, and you're like, I really don't know it, like I've had that feeling
yes.
of,
yes, and
terrifying,
and like the first,
are you scared yet?
Yeah, I know. Well, it's the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
I also want to put
We're
this
surrounded
out
by monsters.
I went to the award ceremony, the end of the year award ceremony for the Island Theater. That's the theater my son does a lot of stuff at, and I was in a show there at the end of the year, the best Christmas pageant ever. Small role, Father. That was the name, Father, and I was up for an award. And I'm like, they have to pick somebody from each play. That's my guess. I won for Best Actor in a non-musical production, but it was a 9-way tie. So basically, every male actor who was up for the award won the award. So I can say, yes, I'm an award-winning actor.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a very strong but.
So could other people.
Yes. Yeah. I'm like it's very, it was an honor to be nominated and to be on stage with those people. But I'm like, you could have just cut me out. Like my role was Father.
Yeah.
It's better than like bush or tree.
Yeah, exactly. It's better than an inanimate object.
Yeah.
I almost had that happen at the festival I was at. I was at the Blue Ridge Comedy Festival.
Oh, cool.
A couple weeks ago.
Was that fun?
It was a lot of fun. It was a blast. It was super freezing. It was 27 degrees.
Oh my god!
It was very cold and snowy in the mountains up in
Blue Ridge,
in
Asheville,
in the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's just north of Asheville, actually. It's at I just forgot the name of it. It's in Tennessee. Bristol, Tennessee.
Oh, I didn't know it was Tennessee.
Bristol, Tennessee, and but it's actually Bristol, Tennessee, and Virginia. The city actually is divided by the states. So half the city is in Bristol, Tennessee, and half the city is in Bristol,
so
Virginia.
So you can do that thing where you go, I'm on one side,
yeah.
I'm on the other side.
Yeah. And if you have your GPS up while you're driving, every time you cross State Street, which is aptly named, every time, which is the town center, by the way, which is where the downtown is. Every time you cross that street, it'll say "Welcome to Virginia" or "Welcome to Tennessee." Like every time you cross back and forth.
That's fun.
But they don't do there's no like competition aspect to it. And they didn't do a best of fest, a normal best of fest. Like some festivals will just pick somebody and give them the award of best of fest. They felt like they did the best job. They did a best of fest, but it was only based on karaoke. So we did a karaoke show to end the whole festival. The big party at the end, and the audience members came to it too to watch us do karaoke at the end. And it was like at like 10 o'clock on Saturday night at the last night of the festival. And I thought, I've got this locked. I'm great at karaoke. Like, I'm going to get Best of Fest, and I'm definitely going to tell people I got Best of Fest and not tell them it was a karaoke competition. And then I didn't get it. And I was like actually disappointed.
What did you sing?
I sang Just the Two of Us, you know, the Bill Withers and I forget his name now. You know, just the two of us.
Yeah.
And then I sang
Did you
Bill
have a
Withers
partner?
and Will Smith.
The Will Smith one's the later one, but I forget the name of the singer. George
Lopez.
I forget his name.
Harrison.
George
Washington.
I forget. Anyway,
George Clinton.
George
Clooney.
George Clooney and Bill Withers. I sang that, and it always is a nice like. I don't know if you know a lot. I don't know if you've been to a lot of karaoke shows.
Yeah.
But there tends to be at the head of the show a lot of white people. Like I don't know why, but white people seem to start karaoke shows and sign up first.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of Santeria and like, you know, like that song gets sung a lot, or like a lot of country songs or whatever right at the beginning. And so I always like to jump in with Just the Two of Us because it has it's more of a soul R&B song, but it's not a rap song, which I would not be good at. And it usually does really well, and I get speaking of compliments, I get a lot of compliments afterwards, like, "Oh, that was great," you did, you know, and it's always noticeable. So I'm like, this will be a good song. And then I always sing for my second song. I always sing a Johnny Cash song because that's my perfect range. Like that's where I can sing. I can usually do those pretty well and sound pretty close to Johnny Cash.
And it's less white.
And it's and then so I do. So those were my two songs, and there was buzz. This sounds so stupid, but I was like, there was buzz. People were talking about my songs, and like I was like, okay, I think I got this. I think and like listening to the other comics sing, you know, they were obviously just like goofing off, most of them, and I was like, okay, I think I might get this. And then somebody got up. And I can't even remember what they sang at this point. I was probably too mad to remember. He got up and sang like it was like a classic rock and roll, like, and he was like, he had the like vibe and like was the moves, and like he looked like a rocker. He had like long hair and was like doing it might have been like an Aerosmith song or something, and he was like just belting it out.
Dream On.
Yeah, something like that. Like something where like everybody was like, he really got him rocking, and I was like, I'm losing to this guy, and I did, and I was like, I knew I was going to lose to this guy, so I did not get Best of Fest.
That's hilarious. Like serious, I've done karaoke, but I've only done it like jokingly. So I used to sing Macy Gray.
You know what? I actually recently was like wanted to do that just because it's an unexpected song, and it is such a good song.
I Try.
Yeah, which is...
And I had a bunch of different chorus lines that I would switch up the chorus to...
Well, I'm a karaoke DJ. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, really?
But I don't have a regular show. I used to do a regular show for like years. I did a show at a Mexican restaurant, and I did a show at a bowling alley for like years. We did these karaoke shows.
Yeah.
And I haven't done one in a while, a regular one.
People are really serious about it, huh?
Oh yeah, people get. In fact, there's a Jacksonville like competition, like a karaoke competition every year, and the shows that I work for a company called Maximum Entertainment, and the shows they run, like you get
Do you take the entertainment level up to the maximum
up to the maximum amount? Yes.
Does yours go to 11?
Yeah. 12 actually.
Wow.
I want to be entertained, but I want it to be the maximum.
I want it to be the maximum amount.
I only. I love names like that.
Yes, I know. But you know what's funny is it's such a simple name for like karaoke and DJ services. It's like you want a dumb name. You want a simple,
you want just,
easy name to remember. Maximum Entertainment.
Yeah.
But yes, people take it very seriously, and like I remember when I was still doing a regular show, I had to submit names to the competition, and be like, this guy was at my show, and he should go to the competition.
Reference letters.
Yes, exactly. It was crazy.
Recommendations.
Yeah, it was crazy, and like
that's wild. Do you sing?
No, I am terrified of karaoke.
Yeah.
I had an elementary school a music teacher who told me I was not a good singer, and that has stuck with me my entire life.
Wow.
It's weird. Now I've sung like doing improv shows and just things like that, and I think I'm okay, but I have no rhythm. I have no. I don't know how to sing, and I've just avoided it like the plague.
And you could hear. I'm the same way. I can't sing, and you could hear the lack of confidence in the singing. Yeah. So I'm jealous of people who get like, if you could sing well, I think it's fun. I can only do it if I'm trying to be funny.
Yeah,
which is many things.
Right,
I'm good
many
at being
in life.
I'm good at being a funny singer, but when I'm going up and people expect to hear a song that they kind of know, at least they're like, "Oh, hey, that's a real song." No, I avoid that so much.
Yeah,
it terrifies me.
I've always been a singer. Like I said, I've always been in like musical theater, and my mother is a singer. As was a professional singer. Like I would say like semi-professional. Like she never she was always in like choirs. Like that was her thing. Like she would always find like community choirs to join and stuff like that. And she did and
they're like the best
musical theater and stuff like that. And it's always like she did choirs you had to audition for and stuff like that. But all of us, I guess we all kind of inherited that music gene. My dad's a trumpet player, so like he has a music ability too. Not a great singer. Actually, now that I'm older, I realize he is a decent singer. I think not as good as my mother though. So it was always like we're always like, Dad's a bad singer. Like, but turns out he's not that bad.
Screw you guys.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, Dad plays the trumpet. He can't sing, and like he actually could carry a tune. He just didn't have the training or the vocal, status of my mother. So we always thought of him as a bad singer, but he's not. He's not. He's like a decent singer.
Dads get such a tough break.
Hey, I'm going to add to this here. Like driving around, like I sing while I drive. And I did that with my son in the back seat in his car seat when he's little, and he would be like, "Stop singing, Dad! Stop!" Like anyone else could sing in the car except for me, which just adds that phobia. Like, no, my family doesn't even want me to sing. So
funny, yeah. And kids are brutally honest.
Yeah, that is true. I remember singing to my son one time when he was little, and then the oldest son, and then he'd be like, in the crib, and then he's like, "Stop! You can stop singing." And then I'd leave, and I'm like, so he'd rather be unconscious than hear me sing anymore. But
he'd rather hear the dark silence of whatever's going on.
But yeah, we grew up singing, and we actually had a family band, like our family musical group, and we would tour. When I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, we did tour. We would tour the Midwest basically and Texas.
Wow.
They were the Mormon Partridge Family.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, we definitely were. And like I don't know if so there's this area called Nauvoo, which was founded by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, by the Mormons. Which do you know that about me? That I'm Mormon? I don't know if we've talked about that.
I think I maybe knew that you were Mormon. I did. Which I don't know a ton about. I know that they have compounds and stuff at areas. Like,
you also have to be careful because there's There's the Mormons.
Compound sounds like an aggressive
There's
word.
the normal guys. There's us. There's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is the church that I belong to.
Yeah.
And then there's people like the Fundamentalist Mormons, which is like an offshoot.
Okay.
Where they like still have like 5 wives and stuff, and they're like living in the middle of nowhere. And
They're-
like,
Where are you with the Book of Mormon South Park musical?
oh, so actually, you know what's funny about that is it came. This is 10 or 12 years ago. That it started, and we actually. So we actually kind of embraced it. Like our church leaders were like, "Hey, this is great. Like this is there's no such thing as bad publicity."
Yeah.
Like and honestly, if you've seen the musical, it doesn't
portray Mormons.
Mormons in a bad light, actually. And the only reason it's more of an adult musical is because there's a lot of swearing in it.
Yeah, probably
And
that first
kinda-
song when they get.
Yeah, it's not too good. Which I don't know if I told you ahead of time, but this is a clean podcast.
I
don't know if
figured.
it- But yeah, so that's the only reason that I wouldn't take my kids to that musical, obviously.
Yeah.
But the church has kind of embraced it. In fact, when it came to Jacksonville, they sent some missionaries to go watch it. Which I don't know if I would have done that, but they sent some missionaries to go watch it to see what it was like, and then
report back
and tell it. We have what's called the mission
They
president.
just come back and they're like, they're shocked.
They just
I don't want to tell you.
their hair's up on
Can't
end.
say what I saw.
So then after that, they sent missionaries to every show to stand in front of the theater to hand out pamphlets to everybody.
Oh,
to be
recruiting?
like, hey, you saw the show, you want to find out what it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
about, kind of stuff. And they've done that pretty much in every city that it's come to. And they actually, one of our church leaders, who his name's Jeffrey R. Holland, which he actually died a couple weeks ago. That's brought
a
it down. He was old though, but this was when the show was still on Broadway. It was just starting out on Broadway. He came to New York and then did at the theater that it was playing at. They did like a daytime, like a seminar. He came and talked to everybody, like did like a Q&A.
Oh, nice.
And like he came and he said, I never thought I'd see the day where the Book of Mormon is on cab advertisements. Like he's like, it's everywhere in New York. And he goes, this is insane. And he goes, and whatever, however you feel about the musical, it's like, I can guarantee you people have joined our church because of this.
Yeah,
like,
more people have
he's
heard
like,
of it.
this is not a bad thing for us. Like, this is great. And like, I remember some members, when it first came out, were like, oh, this is bad. Like, they're making fun of us. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I feel
They
like
make fun of everybody though.
yeah, exactly. It's like
it's
it's
South
like
Park.
we don't deserve to not be made fun of. It's like
Yeah, everybody.
and I feel like the church in general in its leadership has a pretty good sense of humor. We've
Yeah.
never I don't think in all the years of ridicule or whatever that nobody's ever come out and be like, yeah, you shouldn't be talking about us like that. It's like, meh, you can say whatever you want, but
and it's true. It's like you said, they're not portrayed poorly in the play. It's more like silly, like if you'd call him anything, I would think naive.
Naive, yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
But that's
we
not
get
a bad thing.
portrayed as naive a lot, and I would say that is not
which is silly because
wrong. Yeah, that is correct to say that
Oh,
Mormon
you find that
missionaries.
accurate?
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
Mormon
okay.
missionaries are pretty
Are
naive.
you Mormon?
I am not.
He's not.
No.
Okay.
I'm
Are you
not-
religious?
I am, but I
Which
would.
one?
I'm Lutheran, but
Lutheran? Martin Lutheran?
Yes, Martin
King?
Lutheran. Yeah, not
King.
not King.
Not
Just
the king.
The original Martin Luther?
The original Martin Luther's my homeboy.
Okay.
But I was actually raised Methodist. I
Method man-ish.
I consider myself kind of a free agent as far as Christianity goes.
With the highest bidder.
Yeah, it's like, hey, what
Whoever you have to
what
memorize the
what
fewest
best
lines.
fits. Exactly. I'm like, I don't need to know the Nicene Creed.
Oh, well, don't
word
join
for
this
word.
church then. There's definitely memorization for the Mormons.
Yeah, like
That's
Stay away from the Mormons and the Catholics if you don't want to memorize. And Jews. I mean, there's a lot of memorizing with the Jews.
And they read backwards or whatever.
Like that's
There you go,
that-
this
you guys are doing it wrong. We go this way.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
we're not Japanese because. But yeah, I would like to
Stay away from Buddhism.
point out that I was given pamphlets when I went to see the Book of Mormon.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I loved it. That was one of my favorite things. I'm like, hey, they're actually out here. This is fun.
No, they definitely have embraced it, and we actually have a book called The Doctrine and Covenants, and it's like basically it's like all about the church, early days of the church, and it's like here's what's established in our church. Like it's basically like a handbook for like how we've established things and
Cliff notes.
Of like stuff like that. And one of the passages in that book is. We say no unhallowed hand can stop the work from progressing. It's like no matter how much we get made fun of, or if somebody tries to, it's whatever. Like don't worry about that part of it. Like, and I've seen that to be true in my own life, and in that, like, there's always going to be people. There's always going to be haters, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And not that the Book of Mormon musical are haters. I don't see them as haters at all. The South Park guys. I see them as people who make fun of everybody and see the humor. And there's definitely a lot of humor to be seen in the church.
Yeah.
And if you can't see it, then you're making yourself not see it.
Yeah, they're brilliant. So
or you're too sensitive, or so. Like I never like those people that get too sensitive about stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so short answer. It's fine. Short answer, we don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, so you were the Mormon Partridge family.
Yes. So that's where we're going with that. So we were the Mormon Partridge family. Family. So Nauvoo was a city that was established by Mormons. It didn't exist, and then they established it. It became a city. Joseph Smith, who was the kind of the founder of the religion, was the mayor of that city.
Coincidentally, that's exactly the same story as Las Vegas. Slightly different vibe.
Yeah, slightly different vibe for Las Vegas. But like you would say, like it was the Salt Lake City of that day. Like Salt Lake City now is the headquarters of the church, and it's was built by Mormons and everything. And you go there.
You Mormon, I can't say the line. You got me out here in the desert.
Yeah, instead of mobsters, no, it was. But so that city, Nauvoo, still exists as like what's the place in what's where they do all the like Colonial Williamsburg? You ever been there? It's like that, but for Mormons. It's like the exact same vibe. They all dress in pioneer dress. They're all like making campfire dinners and stuff like that. And like you come and like learn how to shoe a horse and things like that. It's like the whole place is like that. It's this whole old town Nauvoo feel and stuff like that. And that was the site of one of our early temples and all that kind of stuff. So there's a huge church history there, and they have a huge visitor center with a concert hall and stuff like that. And they would have us come out and do like a Christmas concert there every year in Nauvoo at their visitor center concert hall. And I have some fond memories of preparing for that concert every year and stuff like that.
So you're doing a Christmas concert there with your family. How many people are watching this? How many people are in the audience?
I don't remember. I was pretty young at that point, but we would always get a crowd. We'd always get whoever was there to come see the Nauvoo stuff. Oh, so they would do a pageant in the summertime. They would do a big pageant with the like history of Nauvoo, a big musical pageant, and then ours was the winter. So it was like that's what you went to go see in the summertime, and then you'd come see this Christmas concert in the wintertime and come see us do the Christmas concert. One year there was a blizzard though, and we had to do the concert for all the people who worked there because it was too nobody wanted to come out in the blizzard. But other than that, we'd usually get a pretty good crowd. And then other than that, we would also just tour churches. Like churches would have us come do concerts there. I don't know why I'm raising my hand so high. Why am I doing that?
You're performing. You remember?
I remember
performing.
I am really awkwardly aware of how high I'm raising my hand right now for some reason, and I don't know why.
It'd be funny if you had a tracking camera and it was just like going up.
It just keeps looking at my hand up
to
there.
Chewbacca.
But yeah, we'd go to churches and then we do these concerts. In fact, we went all the way. We went as far as we'd go out to Idaho and Utah sometimes. When we lived in Arkansas, we'd drive out to Idaho. There I go again. We drive out to Idaho and Utah sometimes.
It's your Italian coming out,
I guess, but usually it's this. I don't know why I decided to go high with
I'm Italian, so it's contagious.
What instrument did you play? Could that be?
No, it has nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with harp.
I played the cello and the trombone, so I don't know what that would. None of this in the
What
cello.
type?
And
It
the
was like
trombone.
folky kind of music, or like religious.
Yeah, religious
Mormon
stuff,
rock?
obviously. So we would do, So we had our Sunday show, and then we had our weekday show. So we had two different sets.
One clean and one dirty.
We had our dirty show. We had the blue show that we would do for the bar crowds when they. No, we had our show that we would do when we weren't in a church. We would do, we'd sing like Chicago and songs, or like, I'm trying to think of how many Carpenters, stuff like that.
Some NWA.
Some Two Live Crew.
Yeah. Makes
Rolling
sense.
down the street with my Bible.
No, we do some secular songs. We had our secular songs we would do, and then we had our religious songs. So we had a religious set, and then we had our secular set. I think one of my we each had our own song that was our song, that was like our big number. And I remember me and my brother would do "To Make You Feel My Love." That was our big one by it was actually a Bob Dylan song. And then Billy Joel covered it too.
I'm so glad you didn't say Afternoon Delight.
Afternoon Delight was a big no. But my brother and sister would sing Chicago songs a lot, and we did a couple Chicago songs, and like I said, my dad plays the trumpet. I played the trombone. My sister played the French horn. I had another sister that played the flute. My brother played the trumpet also.
Wow.
So we had a whole wind section.
Talented family.
Yeah. The youngest, she never ended up playing a wind instrument. She was 5 years younger than me, so she was always like a baby. She was like a baby when we were doing this stuff. Even when I was 5 years old, she was like a little baby. So I grew up with a little more than my youngest sister, but there's 6 of us. So it was mainly the 5 of us that would do the big numbers. And even I was a little young for some of that. Like, I was the baby for a while. But we would have the...
Did you miss the being the baby spotlight?
Only because I got to be the turkey at Thanksgiving time, and we would do the song "Waddle Waddle Strut Strut," and I would come out in my little.
Familiar?
Yeah, obviously. What I mean,
I don't know that one.
I don't either.
It's okay. Nobody else does.
Yeah.
Only my family, I think, knows that song. And we would, and I would
keep thinking of jokes that I can't make.
I would come out in a little turkey costume. And then my brothers and sisters would be singing "Waddle Waddle Strut Strut Strut" and "Little Turkey" something. I can't remember the words. I didn't have to sing it because I was the turkey. And I would come out and shake my little butt and with my turkey feathers, and then come back, and everybody would fawn over me because I was a cute little baby.
Yeah.
And then I tried it again last year, and it didn't have the same reaction. No, I'm just kidding.
So Dan, tell me about your family touring around as a vocal ensemble.
My family had no musical performing anything, nothing in it. So it's strange. My parents were comedy fans. They went to SNL tapings in the 70s.
That's
and,
awesome.
That's
I grew up
awesome.
in New York, and so it was just and they let us watch comedies way too young, really, Caddyshack, Animal House, Airplane, all those stuff when I was way too young to be watching it, and but that kind of made my sense of humor grow and exposed to a bunch of really good comedy.
Oh yeah.
So, I had a similar experience with my dad. My mom was much stricter than my dad when it came to stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But my dad would try to wait till it was on cable. He'd be
so they switch the words up.
Yeah, so that you would get
a little bit censored.
Yeah, you get a little bit of a censor. But yeah, I remember watching a lot of comedies from that era with my dad. That was a big
Ditto. I remember very specifically my dad laughing until he was crying about something Rodney Dangerfield was doing, and that's why Rodney Dangerfield is my favorite comedian all time. I'm completely different than him. I don't do anything he does, but just he made my dad laugh that much. I'm like, yeah, that's the man.
Rodney Dangerfield lived in the town that I grew up in New York, and he the house that he lived in was around the block from my house. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And
that's
I don't think he was
piece of trivia.
And it wasn't like he wasn't born there.
Yeah.
I don't know how long he lived there, but I heard him tell a joke about the town, and he said, I can't say it. He said the town's so small, the town floozy is a virgin.
That's Rodney Dangerfield. Definitely, my dad loved Rodney Dangerfield too.
Yeah, he was so.
He's
good.
Definitely was kind of he was definitely a generational comic. Like he was definitely like everybody in that generation loved Rodney. If you were a comedy fan, you loved Rodney Dangerfield.
He was so funny in movie, like in Caddyshack. He's unbelievable.
And that was his first movie, and he would do a scene. And he'd be like, "Hey, the guys behind the camera aren't laughing. What's going on?"
Yeah,
and they're like, "They can't
Yes.
like you're acting. We've got to keep it silent." And so he's trying to perform for them. He had the worst time doing it until he kind of figured that out.
Yeah, it seems like it would mess with your head if you're used to the instant reaction.
What was the school, the college where he was in the diving team?
Back to School.
Yes.
I remember we watched that one a lot for some reason.
Yeah,
that's not even a good
Triple
one.
Lindy.
Yeah, that's not even a good one. Have you watched it recently?
Probably within like 3 or 4 years.
Especially the Triple Lindy itself.
Yeah.
is the most ridiculous thing.
Well, you remember Ladybugs?
Yes. Oh, yes. I remember. Yes, we watched that one too. Yeah.
That's a fun. Fun premise.
Yes. Yeah, definitely there was a lot of Rodney Dangerfield that me and my dad would watch. He was so his whole shtick was amazing. Unfortunately, another generational comic for my parents was Bill Cosby. Which is a shame because I don't feel like I can pass that on to my kids because my parents passed Bill Cosby on to me. Which sounds bad right now.
My wife still watches the Cosby Show a lot. Like it's on.
I can't bring myself to. It was something that was one of those. Everybody in the family watched that show. It was our show. We watched it every week.
Yeah,
it was huge. We watched Bill Cosby himself like a million times. We had the albums, that was like some of the earliest comedy albums I ever listened to were Bill Cosby albums because my dad would listen to them in the car, and stuff. And he had the tapes and stuff like that. And it's just a shame. I just don't feel like I can pass that on to my kids just because of the history there. Which is the worst thing. That's the worst thing that he did was ruin his legacy for my children.
Long ago, when I used to watch the Cosby Show before I would go to work, like 15 years ago, but because of the commute time, I could only watch the first 15 minutes of it. Right. So I used to do a joke on stage, and this was way before the allegations, about how I watched the Cosby Show every day, but I never watched the problems resolved.
Yeah,
so to me, they're just like a really messed up family, like a really hectic and troubled family. and I was like, oh, it was like a dumb throwaway joke I would do, and then all the wonderful, all that news came out about him. So yeah, it's crazy when the reality goes so against the public image.
Yeah, right.
Like if someone's seems like awful, and then you find out they're awful behind the scenes, you're like, yeah, it makes sense. But someone like him,
it was such a contrast, such a shock to find out. And it's funny because I feel like it can come back around. I think he's got to die first. I think that's got to happen, and then it's got to be maybe 10 years after his death. So, we're gonna start seeing everybody being okay with it again.
You think so?
I think so. I just based on other terrible people.
Yeah.
There I go again. Look at my hand.
Yeah,
look how high my hand is.
When you have a point to make.
How often do I do that? Now, why am I so hyper aware of this?
This is different than normal.
Yeah. Why am I so hyper aware of this right now?
Hey.
I guess.
Yeah, I must not have any Italian blood because it's just the combination there.
It's a ramp up,
I guess.
So you separate the art from the artist, or you want to?
I am. It's very hard for me to do that.
Yeah.
When it comes to stand-up comics, simply because stand-up comics, even if they're doing a character, still are presenting like it's a version of themselves.
Yeah.
So it's hard to then separate the art from the artist. An actor, it's a little bit easier to do. A musician, it's easier to do unless I'm like really into that musician.
So let's say a stand-up comic does a joke about I don't know how, but so a stand-up comic does assault about murder or assault. Right, or an actor playing a murderer or someone who assaults someone in a movie, because you're saying because it's the actor or the stand-up's a real person,
right? The stand-up's a real person saying it about them, and I understand a comic that I worked with recently. His name's Ismo. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's from
but it's a cool name.
He's from Hungary. And
Hungry.
He's from Hungary, and he has jokes about that specifically, where he's like, a singer can get away with saying things that a comic can't get away with. It's like because comics are just talking, like they're just saying stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like even though it's like, and people in your brain, even though the idea of a comic isn't necessarily I'm saying true things, but in the perception of people's brain, it's hard to separate that. Where they're like, okay, a singer, he uses the example of if you say, "Mama, I just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled the trigger, now he's dead." If you sing it, it's one of the greatest songs of all time. If you say it, you're confessing to a murder. It's like so. So I do feel like because of that aspect of like you are presenting a version of yourself, or at least making us think you're presenting a version of yourself, it's hard to separate the art from the artist then, or harder at least than it is for musicians.
So
for me.
What about a comic joking about that subject, or a director who actually is convicted of doing that, like their movie, like Rosemary's Baby?
Right. So I would say now comics telling jokes about bad things, that's not necessarily an issue for me.
Yeah,
it's the comics doing bad things. That it's when they do bad things, I end up like. I'll give you an example of like. Okay, for instance, like Louis C.K. He's never going to be the same for me anymore.
Oh yeah.
Like I have a hard time watching and consuming his content. Nowadays,
I feel like he was I don't know.
Now he's nowhere near Bill Cosby. Like, there's definitely a separation there.
He was also his thing happened right after Weinstein.
Yes,
and it was like very much grouped
Yes.
into that, and it was like peak of that, like that time, you know.
And now I will say I do make an effort to. I do try not to consume Roman Polanski. I do make I make decisions, and I don't know, and I don't have a hard and fast line about like, oh, this is who I don't watch or who I do watch.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. I will say, for the most part, directors and writers, I honestly a lot of times don't put a lot of thought into the directors and writers, so that I don't even have the thought to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
Right.
That's one that I have made decisions to avoid his content, mainly because more so that so many people don't. Like, I feel like there's so many actors that still work with Roman Polanski.
Yeah, he gets like
he kind of has he's kind of getting a pass, which makes it worse. Like, I feel like that's the other thing. It's like when people do bad things and then nothing happens.
Yeah,
that makes me want to.
Vigilante.
Yeah, that makes me want to not consume their content even more. Like, that makes me want to make a hard and fast.
So how how in depth is it as far as like an actor? Because I've got an example, and I want to very much stress that I believe this is a good person, and it's just an example, but it's a fun example in my head. Dr. Ken Jeong. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful guy.
Yeah.
As far as I know, amazing person. Right.
Sure.
What if it turns out he is Bill Cosby-ing people? Like are you never going to watch Community again? Are you going to avoid The Masked Singer or whatever? The Hangover. All of those.
It would definitely. So here's the thing about that also, though. So that is a little bit different. then I definitely wouldn't, because he does have comedy specials.
He does, yeah.
I would definitely not consume any of his comedy specials.
It's no, go on. It's funny. It's just, it's like
I don't know. It was, for me, I'm not even
Community
making
is a little better.
a Community. Well, honestly, I don't know. I've already watched Community, so I probably wouldn't watch it again anyway. Like I probably that's probably not. Ken Jeong's not somebody that I would feel. The difference with Bill Cosby is like I felt that was like, well, that's stuff I want to consume. Like that's stuff.
Yeah.
That whereas it's like
Ken had his own show, Dr. Ken.
Yeah.
It lasted a season.
If
He's a real
somebody
doctor.
said to me like, "Hey, that show Dr. Ken is like the best show I've ever seen on television," but then I found out that about Ken Jeong, then I probably wouldn't watch it. I probably wouldn't consume that show then. And it's not even, I'm not even making a statement because like, who am I making the statement to? Unless I'm going to social media and saying like, I am not going to watch this show.
Yeah. Join me. And
Exactly.
Not watching
It's not about protesting. It's about
Dr. Ken stand-up special.
Exactly. Sorry, Dr. Ken. Like,
No,
unless you have done something bad, like, and in that case, we're not sorry. But as far as I know, he's a stand-up guy. But
Yeah, he's done stand-up.
as far as I know, he's a good person. I would say, like, for me, it's not about the protest. It's about the not being able to not think about it. Like, to me, it's tainted the art then when I find out something like that. Now, like I said, it's all has to do with how that person is presented. In Community, I don't think I'd have as much of a problem watching Community because he's not the main character. So like I'm not like thinking about like that guy is a terrible person like every time he comes on screen. Whereas Bill Cosby, it's like Bill Cosby's not in anything there. He's not the main person.
Yeah.
So I would be constantly thinking about that he's how terrible of a person he is. Even watching the TV show, it's like the whole time he's filming that, I'm like, he probably did something bad yesterday and right before he came to set and then worked with children.
Yeah, it's completely ruined my ability to watch Leonard Part 6.
Yeah. Or Ghost Dad.
I don't like to go by that like
Which, by the way, if you don't feel this way and you can completely separate the art from the artist, I don't care. Like it's not a protest thing for me.
I just feel like everyone's so awful, and I'm pleasantly surprised when they're not.
Yeah,
and then so I just try to enjoy everything. Also, it's kind of like if someone's a really terrible person and they make something, and like what is their mind coming up with when they're so horrific? It's interesting.
Part of it too is I don't want that person to get money from me too.
That
actually is probably
that's something I'm way on board with.
That is probably the bigger issue with me. It's not definitely the art being tainted when that person when I find out they're a bad person. But I think at least when it came to Louis C.K., for me it was like I don't want him to get my money right now.
Yeah,
and I do feel like Louis C.K. is coming back around. I think he certainly as far as popularity, but is also in the eyes of the public. I think Louis C.K. is coming back around. I think he did get a little harsher punishment because of the Weinstein.
Yeah, I feel like it was like
issue.
I don't know. I'm a big Louis fan, like of his stand up and his shows and stuff.
But he is another one where I feel like his art is a little bit tainted. Mainly because...
Also, wasn't that like a known thing? Wasn't that like
I think by the time we found out about it, yeah.
Yeah,
I think by the time we found out about it, it was like an issue people already knew about.
Yeah, because you would hear like other comics like talk... I mean, not like an open thing, but I don't know, like on radio shows and stuff.
The thing with specifically Louis C.K. with me, though, it was like I always took comfort in the fact that he wasn't a sleaze because his... comedy made him seem like he was a sleazeball.
Yeah.
Where it's like I always took comfort in like, no, he's actually a nice guy in person.
Yeah, but he
then
does this.
Finding out he is a sleazeball, even though what he did wasn't necessarily. I mean, it's not like he got arrested or anything or got
Yeah,
it's not like what he did caused anybody to press charges or anything. It's like it's not like he did anything that was. It's hard. I don't want to say it wasn't bad, but it wasn't as bad as other people. but it made him a sleazeball now. Like, he's now officially a sleazeball, when in my head I could always be like, well, in real life he's not a sleazeball. He's just acting like that on stage. So now it taints the art for me, because now I'm like, no, he's just saying stuff now about him being a sleazeball in real life.
I love his bit when he did. I don't know what special it was. I think it was like his first one back, and he said like, now everyone knows his thing, like what he's into, and he's like, Obama knows my thing.
Can you imagine? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
he's very funny.
It is funny, and I think he's still funny, and I think he's evolved into something that is still funny. Yeah, I think his art's still a little bit different, but like,
I totally know what you mean. Like, with the knowledge of something like that, or like Cosby, like watching the Cosby Show, and he's like giving moral lessons to the kids, and like, you know, and it's so much more, the contrast of it is much deeper, but you know what you mean with the Louis thing. Like, I felt that way too.
Yeah, I always liked Louis more as a writer than as a performer, anyways.
Yeah,
like
he was always a phenomenal writer.
Yeah, like he wrote for like the Chris Rock show or whatever that was, and so many other shows. You're like, oh, he was like one of the writers, or oh, he was the head writer. Like, I don't want to say he's not an amazing stand-up. He was always amazing. He always did so much better than I could ever hope to achieve on stage. But I think him writing for other people was always the best thing for him. And so I hate to say it, I kind of hate to see him back in the spotlight. I like to see him behind the scenes writing. But unfortunately, behind the scenes is where the problems were. So who knows?
That's fun.
So we have not even talked about our subject today, and we're already 50 minutes into the podcast.
It was that smooth intro. It just got us going.
And my high hand. I do want to talk about the subject a little bit, because we have to. Hilarious.
That's the name of the show.
And so today is, now I just forgot the word.
Inane.
Inane. What was it? Inane message.
Inane answering machine message day.
Yeah, inane answering machine message day. Mm-hmm. And as soon as you texted that, I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, it's a hilarious day to have. And it's a day. And I looked it up. I clicked on the link and looked it up. It is a day to celebrate hilarious messages. It is a day to create them and celebrate them. I do have a couple things to say about them. I love outgoing hilarious messages, like when you call somebody and then the message you get is funny.
Yeah,
I will say what has gotten old, but when it works, when somebody does it in a unique way, is hilarious, is when they trick you into thinking they answered the phone.
Oh yeah.
It's you hate it when it happens, but every once in a while you'll find somebody that can do it well, and then you're like, I respect that. I respect the comedic timing of that, or whatever it was.
Yeah,
the way they did it. I always liked like one of them was like he was at a party, like it sounded like he was at a... Well, hold on. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Guys, hold on. Okay, sorry. Sorry, hello? And then you think they're there, and he goes, just kidding. And then, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
My father-in-law accidentally did one time, because his outgoing message was, hi, this is Tony Bernaro. And then, I'm not here right now. Like, and I don't think he intended that to be a joke message, but it got me. Pause. Yeah, it got me every time. That pause got me every time, and then, and I knew it was. I should have known it was coming.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, those were good. I used to love. This was a trend back in I want to say 2010, and this was people leaving their own homemade hip hop beats and raps on their answer machines.
Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And then also that Day and Night song. I heard that on answer machines.
So my favorite outgoing
2010s
from a show was the George.
Oh yeah. Believe it or not, George isn't at home. Please leave a message at the beep.
I must be out, or I'd pick up the phone. Where could I be? Believe it or not, I'm not home.
Yeah, you can do the hand.
Yeah.
I'm not home.
But I had that as my outgoing, because I was such a Seinfeld fan in college. When I was like a freshman in college, I had that as my outgoing message.
That's awesome.
For my phone in college. What's up, buddy?
Okay, so once my brother Lewis, he texted on the group. So he texted where we were going, and it said ETA, and he put numbers.
Oh, yeah.
And
This is a hard one to explain, though.
yeah, so and
For some reason, my Android Auto on my car, so I have plugged my phone into my car, and it comes up on my display screen, right? Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, those are the two versions. If you have a newer car that has this feature, and it will read text messages out to me, out loud. If I want it to, it'll come up on the screen. I hit play. It'll play the text message. For some reason, if you write ETA, like estimated time of arrival,
and then you put tons of numbers, it just says.
Well, if you put ETA and then a number at all, like just ETA 1045, I don't know why, but I think it reads it as Portuguese and then says those numbers in Portuguese out loud. And I have no idea why.
Yeah, and one of them, I heard it say, like, say, sword.
It's like ETA is at that. It'll say ETA. And it'll say it in. It'll list the numbers in
that's
Portuguese.
hilarious.
That's why we're big in Brazil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
You got a
I don't
little
know if
translation.
our numbers are great in Brazil. We have 11% of our listening base is in Brazil.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why. We have
That's
apparently
why.
that's why. Apparently that's why.
That's cool.
I've been
Who cares?
accidentally.
You
Yeah.
know?
But isn't that it's the weirdest thing? And it happened randomly. I heard it and I was like, "This is so weird." And so then, ever since then, my boys have been texting me
In Portuguese.
yeah, like those things, trying to get my Android Auto to do that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like, once we were in the car driving home from Orange Buffet, and so my dad told my Uncle John about it, and then when they stopped talking, I texted my dad, ETA 5671673, and then it said, like, the thing, and
Do your best impression.
okay, ETA what say what.
Yeah, that's pretty close, actually.
There you
That's
go,
what it
yeah.
sounded like. Yeah,
Nice.
It's
There you go.
pretty good. Yeah, yeah, that's what it sounds like when it.
That's hilarious.
And I was like,
good
"What?"
job.
And I thought it was a one-time thing. I thought it was a glitch or something.
Yeah.
And then they kept doing it over and over, and it happens every time.
Wow.
It's so weird.
That's funny because that's a fairly like common text.
right.
You know?
ETA
You
and then
think
a
that would
number.
be,
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and
Glitch picked up.
once, so my mom,
Okay.
it happened to Mom too.
On her car, it did the same
Yeah,
thing in her
yeah.
car. So it's all Android Auto does it.
I don't know.
Her car does it too.
We got to reach out
Yeah,
to Google.
like,
Yeah,
it only
I'm-
happened
Tell 'em to
once.
give us some
and then
money.
did it
I
again, and
I
it
need that
didn't
feature
work.
now.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your input. That's Packer, my son.
Good
That's
job,
my
little
youngest
dude.
son. You don't have kids? You don't.
No, I have two dogs. And,
Congratulations.
That's the same thing. Dogs are the same thing.
my wife and I,
I'm being facetious. They're not.
They cost less.
She
Good
did-
job.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, they're smarter. You can to get dogs. I'm not saying the dogs are smarter. They sometimes they are.
It's it's nice, like it's less work. I have nephews, and so it's nice. I get to like experience kids and then give them back.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
And,
I
um,
wish I could.
yeah.
I mean, I love my family.
I do jokes about this on stage about like how it's like a cheat code in life, like just having dogs.
Did you ever plan on having kids, or is that something you?
Yeah,
just-
well, I met my wife and she was like, "I don't want kids," and I was
and you're like, cool.
and I was like, okay, because I was doing stand up so much, so I was like, okay, well, I'll have a wife and I'll do stand up and we'll like get dogs or whatever, but like we'll just not have like a traditional, and then. It's pretty sweet because like we travel and nap in. Like we'll just take naps whenever, like the middle of. I'm sorry.
No,
We'll
I'm
just be like,
fascinated.
Like a weekend for us, we'll like hang out and drink margaritas until we like take a nap, and then we'll get Mexican food delivery, or like we'll just go bar hopping somewhere.
Well, you definitely can make your own decisions more than when you have kids.
Yeah.
I will say though,
The love of a child seems nice.
But what's also nice is taking a nap in the middle of the day.
They're both nice.
And not being woken up with, "Where are my shoes, Dad?" Where?
That would be a fun podcast. You just tell your day to day life. Like,
Yeah.
What did you do?
I will say it is very hard. You think that once your kids are old enough to take care of themselves, like my youngest is 8.
Yeah.
So he can feed himself, he can dress himself. It's fine. Really, the only thing I need to do is remind him to do those things.
Yeah, I would like to point out right now, when I arrived here today, he did not have his pants on for a while.
It is true.
And kept on, hey, close your eyes.
How
like,
old are your kids?
Like I've got 2 older stepkids, and then one that I made, so the older ones are what years? 25 and 23.
Okay.
And then I've got a 12-year-old.
So on going on what you were saying, Joey, like, and I heard this secondhand from a cousin of my wife's, and she was like a brilliant lady, and she was like, oh yeah, like people think like when your kids are little, and then they get to be like growing up a little bit, like kind of what you're talking about. She was like, people think like, oh, the hard part's over, and she's like, you have no idea.
Absolutely.
Like the problems are just starting.
Absolutely.
And she was like going on and on about how
you yearn for the
it's
days
like
when
real
they were
problems
when they were
instead
little,
of just like I have to move them from here to, and all this stuff is like I don't fully grasp everything because I don't have a kid, but I'm just like, man, that seems like so much work.
Driving. I have a 16-year-old now, so driving is like I have a 16-year-old, a 12-year-old, and an 8-year-old.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
And it's like, so the 16-year-old, we're into the teenage years, and now he's driving and stuff like that, and getting his license and all that kind of stuff.
And it's like teenage problems,
yes,
right? It's like
they're much harder problems to deal with.
Yeah.
Not only that, the school is harder to deal with, like having to help him stay on track with his schoolwork and stuff like that. And he has ADD, so it's hard. Obviously dealing with neurodivergency is a whole different beast.
It's got to be so hard now, like just
I'm doing it again. What
the
is
pace?
I just can't not do
He's
it.
divergent.
How long have I been doing this?
Just the whole episode.
I'm going back and watching every episode to find out if I've done this. If I've been listeners,
Your arm it'll be like dead.
tell me if I've been doing this.
Like a mini stroke.
I don't know what is happening.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Mini strokes are pretty cool. No, it's
yes,
it's got to be so hard to be a kid in school now with like the advent of how much with YouTube and everything.
Yeah.
Like it's just infinite.
I will say my kid's
Fortnite.
pretty good with it. My kid, I mean, obviously he has ADD, so it's even worse sometimes. But he knows himself pretty well. It's I don't let him. Like, first of all, I told him he's not allowed to have a TikTok account. He's not allowed to have he doesn't have a Facebook account. I try to keep my kids away from social media as much as possible.
Yeah, that's
not
good.
even necessarily. I mean, obviously for the danger aspect of it, you never know. You need to be old enough to understand the internet and who's going to be talking to you on the internet. Yeah, I don't want the access, but also, like, it's just at this point in their lives, it's just gonna rot their brains, kind of stuff. And so it's like, wait until you're an adult.
YouTube, I think, is much better than social media.
Yeah, he watches YouTube, and he has YouTube's much better because it's long. First of all, it's long form, which is better for your brain. Probably
even video games, like playing video games, would be better
for you than TikTok.
Scrolling
probably.
Short form video, like when you said you wanted to do this theme, inane messages, the first thing I thought of was every TikTok I receive, usually from my wife.
Yeah,
she'll send me TikToks and it will just be some are funny and they're always like marriage, like husbands are stupid, look how stupid you are.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of them I'll get and I'll watch and I'll go and I think to myself, like, I can't believe this exists. Like there's no reason. I watched one yesterday and it said, watch this viral pizza cut, like new, like inventive way of cutting pizza. And I was like, what? I was like, this can't be real. And I guess that's the trick.
Yeah.
It's just I'm a dumb idiot old person.
That's what gets you in.
And I get it, and I cut it like how you cut thin, like Chicago style, thin crust.
Party
cut. Yeah. And I was like, I was so mad. I was like, that's not new.
It's like, they got me.
And I was like, they got me because you viewed it. It's a view. It ticks up one. They don't care. It's just garbage. And I was like, I feel like this is most of the internet. It's inane, drivel, meaningless, pointless stuff. And I wish we could distill all that away back to, like, good. The internet used to be so fun, like in the late 2000s.
I do feel like
7.
Look, and I know that people want to blame. I hate how the Generation X and the Boomer generation are dogging on the younger generation because
Thank you.
I'm watching my kid who is, what are they, Gen Alpha now, I think, my oldest.
Something.
So I'm watching him, and I actually feel like we're in good hands. Like watching him, like we have gotten to the point now where the young kids these days are like past it, like they're over it, like they're kind of over the mindless dumb. They have don't get me wrong, they have their own mindless dumb stuff. 6-7 for sure is one. I think it's hilarious how boomers get mad at that. They're like, I saw a town hall meeting one time where this old woman was like, somebody needs to do something about these kids on scooters saying 6-7. What does it mean? They just go by me and say 6-7. We have to stop them from saying 6-7. And it's like, listen, lady, if they're running around in scooters saying 6-7, they're great. They are good kids.
Yeah. We've got to make 6-7 do the 23 skidoo.
Yeah. It's like, let them say 6-7 because that means they're not out there doing drugs. It's like...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's like human nature. I feel like most people are good. Like, and if you're, it's nice to hear you say that. Like you feel good about the.
I feel good about the
youth,
next generation.
You know? That's awesome.
I do feel good about it.
A solution to 6-7. Whoop! There it is.
Yeah, it's like
everyone has their
quickly
stupid
adults
stuff.
forget how stupid we were when we were kids. You know,
and everyone's thinks the best time in the country was when they were young, and it's because it's when you're young and everything's magical.
It's because you feel good.
Yeah,
your body doesn't hurt.
Your body doesn't hurt.
Like I see my son now. Maybe my son's exceptional, but he's like he built me a website. Like I don't know how to even build a website, and he knows. Like he knows how to do. Like he's gonna have marketable skills. You know, and I do feel like. And he has all of his friends are the same way. Like I think they're all going to have marketable skills moving forward. And I feel like I grew up kind of in a slacker generation. I think the end of the Gen X, beginning of the millennial generation is a bit of a slacker generation.
Yeah.
And I feel like the kids now aren't. I don't feel like they're as much of a slacker as we were.
As the Gen X on the table, yeah.
Yeah.
Because how old are you?
I'm old enough.
Never ask a lady her age.
Never ask a lady her age. I'm 40.
40.
40. 40. Oh, dang it. I was
going to say you're older than 40.
I'm older than 40. My wife gets mad at me that I forget my own age.
Yeah. I was like, is this a Mormon thing?
40-something. I'm 40-something.
It's like Jehovah's Witness. You don't celebrate birthdays.
Like you don't celebrate birthdays. I'm 42.
Okay.
I'm 49.
Okay, yeah. I'm 41, but I'll be 42 in a month. So
we're about almost the same
I was going to say we're close, and then like you're right
in
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we grew up in a transition period, whereas like I feel like your kids are in like it's still moving very fast, like technologically, but we grew up in like
because we had the no internet and the internet.
Yeah, the no internet to internet transition was, and also we grew up in the no 24-hour news cycle to having that.
Yeah.
So many like hard transitions. And
I feel like
9/11, Columbine, all that, all these things that happened, and like just kind of transitions our society to like where it is.
I remember when the Weather Channel became a thing because my dad started watching it.
You know, Byron Allen
all the time.
The Weather Channel.
I did not know that.
Byron Allen.
Byron Allen owns the Weather Channel. Yeah.
Is that incredible?
Isn't that weird?
What a smart man.
I know.
There's always going to be weather.
He's like a
until there's not.
Yeah, well.
We're working on it.
And then you don't need a channel after that.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? Will you remember when?
Just all of a sudden there was a Weather Channel. My dad's like, "There's a Weather Channel," and he would just start watching it. And like, why?
You know that thing people enamored. You know that thing people talk about when they don't want to talk about anything? There's a whole channel about it.
It's so funny. I watch old people watch the Weather Channel, and it's funny. And then you sit there and you like watch for a minute, and you're like, it's like Bob Ross. It's like soothing.
It's kind of soothing. Yeah,
like
it kind of is.
I get it. Like, hey, I'm gonna flip it on. What's the weather? I'm like, hey, let's see a general pattern. Yeah, like 3 minutes. That's about it. It's all you need. But no, we're going all day.
It's funny the idea of like waiting for the information to come around when your cell phone has it immediately.
Yeah.
And you just be like,
right.
Information now. Like, I was traveling and someone requested to put on the Weather Channel, and my wife was like, "Just look at your phone." She was getting so mad. She's like, "You have your phone. What's wrong with you?"
I feel like we should wind down the subject a little bit. We try to keep these episodes to about an hour. This one's going to be a little long. But it's been a good episode. I feel like it's been a great episode.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I thought we could.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. I shouldn't do it like that.
Oh
That is
yeah,
not how should.
I just
need to
realized
keep it like
I did
this.
that.
Yeah, we want to go Mussolini. We don't want to go Adolf.
Yeah, you got to do the hand cheerful.
We got to go like
palm
this.
up. Yeah. Pavarotti kind of.
I thought we could come up with our own out. We could each do a message, but I didn't think to write anything. But but I thought like, here I got one. All right, so this is what you can use for. You can clip this and make this your outgoing message on your phone. And this is This is gonna be for a specific fan. I'm gonna do a specific fan. All right. Hey, thanks for calling John. He is not available right now. He is pooping the most he's ever pooped his entire life, so he cannot answer the phone. If you'd like to leave a message, he will probably listen to it while he's on the toilet. That's it.
Nice.
How's that sound? You can use that, John. You can use that for your outgoing message.
That's good stuff. A custom message for a fan.
Yeah, a custom message for a fan.
That should be on a Patreon.
Yeah. I'm willing to do one now.
You want to do one? Okay,
Yeah,
you got one in mind?
Yeah. You've reached John's phone. John is currently trying not to have anal fissures. Please leave a message and he will get back to you, hopefully, with a spring in his step.
That was a good one.
It's also poop related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got one in mind yet?
Should I go for
You can do John. Yeah, you can do one for John again.
Okay.
He'll have 3 outgoing messages.
Hi, my name is John, and I am busy taking care of my children who are also pooping too much.
All right.
It's a poopy household. My wife's very upset. I hope he's married and has kids.
He does. He is married and has kids.
Oh, okay.
And they do poop a lot, actually.
They have must.
No, sorry, Hiram. I'm sure you poop a normal amount. That's one of his son's names. Here's a general. I'll do a general one, also poop related. I'll do a general one for anybody who wants to use this. That's not John. Hi, thanks for calling. I'm on the toilet right now, and you'd rather leave a message than me answer it. So, you know what to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any
toilet humor is funny, right?
Yeah. It's generational.
Yeah, it's anybody can think that's funny. All right, well, I think we had a great episode. That was very good.
Yeah.
You fit right in like a puzzle piece to this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will welcome you back anytime.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Thank you both very much for having me.
Are you doing any shows or anything involved? Oh, you have a podcast.
Yeah,
Your own podcast.
Podcast with Marcus Crespo,
Yeah.
Who's another Jacksonville comic.
Yeah, he's been on the show a couple times.
That's called Philosophy, and it's on Apple Podcasts. So
yeah, check that out. Philosophy.
It's fantastic.
it's not clean, but it's fun.
Yeah. If you were one of our listeners that are children, don't listen to that podcast.
We're silly and dark, and it's fun. And then I'm doing a comedians in drag, like a
one of Anna's shows.
one of Anna's shows.
Comedians in drag doing comedy.
Yeah, in St. Augustine on February 12th.
Oh, she's doing one. Is it at Cafe 11?
Cafe 11, yeah. And so I'm rehashing
Nice.
a character that I created for I only did it once before, but I created a character that I really love called Large Marjorie, and she's like a reverse Forrest Gump type character where she's like an old party girl who's been around for a long time, so she's an elderly, and she's just been around every tragedy that's happened in society. So it's like Forrest Gump, but
for bad things.
Nice. I'm actually working with Anna on the 13th.
Oh, cool.
So I will maybe get down there on the 12th. I don't know what my schedule's like, but
cool.
Yeah,
she's great.
She is.
Yeah, I love Anna. She puts together some great shows. I love having her on all the shows that I book.
Mm-hmm.
She actually won't be on this podcast. I've asked her several times.
Oh, really?
And she's afraid she cannot keep it clean for an hour. I said, you can't.
She could. She totally could.
If
I could do it, she could do
Yeah,
it.
she's worried she can't
you just have
keep it
to.
clean
You have
for
to
an
edit.
hour.
You have to edit
Yeah.
on the fly. And even so, you still.
But Anna Lepley's great. I would recommend. There we go again. I don't know.
I think I figured it out. I think it's because we usually are up against the wall.
Yeah.
And you usually don't lean back with the microphone. When you lean back, you start doing that. Yeah.
Do this. I don't know.
Start proclaiming.
I'm honestly, listeners, watch all. Tell me if I've been doing this whole time. Because I am now hyper aware of it. I will be for the rest of my life. It's not even the hand motions. It's the how high I go with them. I am like fully extending my arm every time I do this.
It makes me think of the Simpsons joke when he goes, "I asked him to cut my sandwich," and he holds it up, and then the wire cuts his arm. You know that one?
No,
That's an amazing. It's Milhouse's dad.
It makes
he holds up a big sandwich. I asked him to cut my sandwich.
It reminds me of when in Talladega Nights when he's like, I don't know what to do.
I don't know
what to do with my hands.
I feel like that when I'm trying to go to sleep. Yeah. I always tell my wife, I wish I could take my arms off like an action figure and put them on my
to get them to stop.
Because I don't know where to put my arms. You know.
See, I'm a big side sleeper.
Oh yeah.
So my arms go here.
You go under.
They go under the pillow or near my face.
I side sleep and I just I
have to make sure when I side sleep I don't because I have a tendency to do that.
I do that too, and then my wrists hurt in the morning. Yeah. Anyway,
so sad.
Thank you for listening to middle-aged men talk about sleeping and what to do with their hands
after pooping.
Talk about inane.
So Philosophy podcast with Marcus Crespo, and then you have social media.
Yes, Dan Venti on Instagram.
Dan Venti on Instagram.
Come
to Really Good Beer Stop on February 6th. Nick Harvey is the headliner for that show.
Nick's awesome.
Come to that show.
Very funny.
You've got February 13th.
February 13th down at Third Space Improv in St. Augustine.
Nice.
February 14th, Valentine's Day. Savannah Club 1, the Savannah Comedy Review. And a smattering of other shows until I have my play come out. That'll be
we'll find out
in April at some point.
Yeah. And please come to the open mics. Please come to Root Down. We had a really good show 2 weeks ago at Root Down. Hopefully we had another good show last week. That's the show that we're really trying to build up. Please come to Root Down. The show starts at 10 p.m. Sign-ups are at 9:30 if you want to sign up. But also Shantytown every Monday at 8:30.
Yep.
Oh, Root Down's on Thursdays. Root Down in 5 Points in Jacksonville on Thursdays. Well, thank you for being here. Today is whatever we say it is, and you're here for it. I'm Joey Nickel.
I'm Bobby Parker.
I'm Dan Venti.
See you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Today is whatever they say it is, and we're here for it.